Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you are watching around the world. Welcome to Wheel to Wheel Season 18. This is Division 3, Race 1. We are here at Spa, the iconic Spa, to kick things off for the Group 3. And this season we have quite a few changes in the format. We'll talk about that soon. But joining me in the commentator's box tonight and doing visuals is NJS. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Viper, and good evening, everyone. Looking forward to these couple of races here. Spa should be interesting. We've got a 10 lapper and 13 lapper, and yeah, race two potentially could bring some potentially rain, so should be some good racing.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be some exciting racing, and the good thing about the race 2 situation is that no one knows what the weather's like, even me, and I'm hosting. So this is going to be super interesting. And just as we get this kicked off, I'm just going to get the guys kicked off for qualifying. We have a 5-minute qualifying session with a 60-second overrun. The guys are ready to rock and roll by the looks of it. So we're going to get this kicked off. But Group 3, this season it is run what you brung. So it is purely whatever car, Group 3 car you want to drive, you can drive it. So there is there's no teams, there is no restrictions on cars except for a Group 3 car, and there is no restriction on tyres. You can run whatever tyres you want for every race. So it's definitely going to bring out some exciting racing, and there's going to be a lot of different cars available for choice.
Yeah, definitely, and with no mandatory tyres as well. So the GR3s for this season, it's as you said, open GR3 and no mandatory tyres. So everyone can choose, essentially whatever tyres they want, racing tyres. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, we might go through a bit of a run through of the field while these guys are going around on their outlap. So we've got a new member to Wheel in ROS Fairzip. He's going around in the Porsche. Then we've got Butter Brett 26. He's going around, looks like, in the BMW.
Yep, he's in the BMW there. Then we got Black Sugar in the Renault. Mr. Shizm Tooley in the Mazda for something different.
Yeah, definitely. Haven't seen too many of those around in practice. We've got ROS. Forgive me if I get this wrong. Benea Theo. He's around in the Porsche as well. And we have King Peanut himself, Harmons, in the Simagic Porsche. Beautiful livery. That looks like another cracker there by the King Peanut.
Yeah, then we got Dean Duranto, another newcomer in the BMW. C. Andrio in the Lexus, another newcomer as well.
Got our dad, who looks like he's partnered with Black Sugar, and they've started Sugar Dad Racing. They're both going around in that Renault RS01. And we have Cookie Chicken in the Mobile 1 Supra, and then coming around at the end there we have Soul Slayer in the GTR. Or Mr. 300, as we like to call him.
Yeah, that's right. So they're just commencing the first hot lap now. So
I just quickly saw a couple of penalties pop up on the outlaps. Mr. Chisholm's cracked a half-second penalty, and I think Our Dad was the other one. Yes, half-a-second penalty for Our Dad. So that is really going to hurt them for their qualifying. It's a hot lap only, so one lap, run and done. It's going to be hard to recover and get a good grid position with a half-second penalty on your outlap.
yeah, no, definitely, and we all know the penalty time will it's half a second. So we're going to cost you a good second, half a second.
Oh, Armins is around, coming up out of our En Rouge onto the Mosson Straight. Looks like he's parked it there, waiting for people to go by. It's unfortunate for King Peanut. Looks like he'll be starting from close to the back. So easy to do on cold tyres up there through a rouge. You just get a little bit too much of that inside curve and it shoots you off onto the grass, and then you're just a passenger.
Yeah, no, definitely. I see a couple of found traffic on this hot lap as well. Haven't been able to distance a bit. Sugar and Benya are fairly close on track. As you said, Mr. Chisholm's got sort of half-second penalty, sort of by himself. But
Yeah, looks like the lead driver ROS Fairship there. He's out and making the most of clear track. With it looks like he's doing a fairly good lap. It seems pretty smooth and pretty consistent in that Porsche. The Porsche is very good around here, so it's no surprise that that thing is looking very nice and very stable.
yeah,
Just comes across the line here, we'll get an idea of what the lap time is.
yeah, we're on board with him. Yeah, 2:15.
2:15.64. That's very quick. I think Mr. Fairzip will not be in Division 3 for very long.
Yeah.
is my guess. So we've got some other times now coming through.
Yeah, so Black Sugar did a 2:19.2. Mr. Chisholm crossed the line with a 2:21. See Andrea, 2:18.9. Not bad. Redo done an 18.3. So yeah, some very decent lap times from the newcomers there. They've taken the top 5. Yeah.
Yeah, the ROS boys dominating here, taking the first 3 positions. Looks like the guys from across the pond. Where is that? Is that Indonesian flag? I think.
Yeah, good question.
I'll have to look at that. I think it's Indonesia, Thailand maybe. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, the top 3 and 4 of them in the top 5. So, and actually all of the top 5 are all newcomers.
Yeah.
So yeah, nice work.
Yeah, no, excellent effort.
But yeah, there's a massive gap there between first and second there. That is some pretty rapid pace there by Fairzip. He's going to be tough to beat in this one. So, yes, yeah, no traction control, boys.
Yeah, no, just a reminder to everyone.
Yep. They will get harshly penalised if they're found to have traction control on. That'll be reviewed after the race. So, we will need to make sure that they're complying with the regulations.
I think I'm not sure if it actually glitches anymore with it turned off. If you can leave it off or not. I know we used to leave it on in case someone.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually.
On, yeah,
because it used to get stuck on all the time. It's just a very bad glitch. With Gran Turismo 7 when it first came out. So I might have to do some testing.
Yeah.
But, we get these guys going very shortly. Just a quick run through the field again. We've got ROS Fairzip, ROS Dean Swear, ROS Bethania Theo, Butter Brett, Malt Max, Black Sugar, Soul Slayer, Mr. Chisholm, Outlet Dad, Chooky Chicken, Almonds bringing up the rear after that big spin. And we would like to take this opportunity to say a big thank you to 180 Embroidery and AMS Excavation, long-time sponsors for Wheel to Wheel. I'd like to say a big thank you to those guys. And I'm sure there are many other supporters of Wheel to Wheel, but those 2 companies have been long-term supporters of us, and we really appreciate it.
No, definitely. Without sponsors, it wouldn't happen. So, no, very much appreciated.
Just giving these guys a bit of a chance to to select their tyres and get everything underway, and we will get this cracking. But what do you reckon? Who's your pick and who's your dark horse?
I think Pharisee in P1 there, his qualified pole's probably going to be hard to beat. But as far being he's a second and a half road up the road to his teammate, but dark horse, I'd probably say maybe Sol coming from 7th in the GTR.
Sol, yeah, okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We'll get this cracking. Time to go. There's a couple of different ways you can run this race. Now, we've done a fair bit of practice for this race, and there's a couple of different ways you can do it. You can either try and run the softs, or you can run mediums, and be a little bit slower and not have to pit or try and make your softs last. So, but as we get here with the first race of the season, we have 3 lights, 4, 5. Watch that Renault come from out of nowhere. They're away. Porsche's off the line. It's gotten a good start. Yeah, there's a great start there in the middle there from the Lexus. From Max in the Lexus.
Oh, contact.
Someone's around. The BMW there. We'll head back up to the mid-pack as they come through ready on. Is it going to be a tight squeeze? Who's going to... Oh, Max. Big stomp of the brakes there. That was... that caused a lot less chaos than I thought it was going to. But we've got Armands with a 1 second penalty. Mr. Fairzip out there in the Porsche.
Yeah, Armands with a 1 second penalty, but he was right at the back, up to 4th, so very decent effort.
Yeah, he might have had to take avoiding action. Oh, can he hold it? Oh, this just Armands just backing it in to Pouon there, just that Porsche all out of shape.
Oh, he's all crossed up. Oh,
yeah.
He's
Did
off.
he hold it? No, he's held it. He's held it again. That AstroTurf on the outside of that exit at No Name is treacherous. You cannot get out there at all. It is dangerous. But, Soul Slayer's made a great start in the Skyline, up to 4th. And then we've got Armands with the 1 second penalty. Sugar, Mr. Chisholm, Owlet Dad, Chucky Chicken, Malt Max, and ROS Stenswear, and he is looking like he's on a recovery mission. He's also got a half-second penalty after that spin in turn 1. Might have to go back and have a look at that at the end of the race and see what happened there, see if the stewards need to be involved. But we'll leave that up to the higher powers. But, ROS Fairzip and his teammate out in front in the Porsches, followed by Bretto there in the BMW, Husqvarna livery in BMW. That's a nice looking livery there in the orange and black.
Yeah, that is a nice one actually, yeah.
And then we've got a substantial gap back to Soul Slayer, Black Sugar and Mr. Chisholm there in the Mazda. And then we've got a bit of a gap back to Armands, fighting it out with OD, Chucky Chicken, and big dive, Chucky Chicken down into turn 1. And a big over-under by ROS Denzo where he's gotten both of them. Our Dad has lost it out into the braking zone there. It looks like he might have outbraked himself. It's gone from 8th to 11th. A massive over-under there by ROS Stanswater, getting 3 cars into turn 1. That's an impressive move.
Yeah, no, excellent move. Just come on board with him. Just come back to and Armands fighting Chisholm there for P6 with another 1 second penalty.
Oh, whoa. Mr. Chisholm has exited stage right into the barrier there. That's an interesting place there. Might have been a little bit of assistance happening, but we'll leave that up up to the decision makers to look at that. But we've got some good action in the mid pack there. But Armands is having a complicated relationship with Orouge and Radion this race. He was having some issues with his wheel pre-race, so maybe those gremlins are still hampering him.
Yeah, there's a little bit of inconsistency between the lobbies for the wheels. Sometimes just the weights on the wheel. I'm not sure if it's connection or quite what, but it seems to upset the weight a little bit, and steering weight, which, you know, obviously get used to sort of a certain setup can make it quite challenging.
Yeah, you know, Mr. Fairzip out in front, showing a clean set of heels. He's 6.5 seconds clear of his teammate, who's about a second and a little bit in front of Bretto, and then we've got a 3.5 second back to Soul Slayer, but Soul Slayer looks like he's nice and consistent. It looks like he's doing pretty good. Let's see if he can close down that gap to Bretto and make it a contest. Black Sugar, ROS Dense Water on a recovery drive in that BMW. He's got some pace. It's he's going to catch some guys in front of him pretty quickly, I would imagine. Armands.
Yeah, and Armands isn't too far behind him, so just a second and a half-ish. So
stick Armands through Rouge and Radion here and see. Yeah, he's got through there this time. So yeah, maybe he was just a bit overzealous on the colder tyre. Now that the tyres have warmed up and gotten a bit sticky, he's got it all together. We got Malt Max, Chooky Chicken, Owlet Dad, and Mr. Chisholm on a bit of a recovery drive himself after that contact going into the S's at the end of the straight. Yeah, ROZ Fezip with a 2:17.6 fastest lap on mediums. All the runners are on mediums too, by the way. Everyone is running the medium tyre. And now it's going to come down to fuel. So just have a look quickly have a look through the fuel situation.
It's a battle for P5 as well. Sugar's defending, trying to keep his spot. Yeah.
Well, BMW, big move to the inside. Yeah, Sugar covers him off nicely there.
Yeah, he's up to the fight tonight. He doesn't want to let it go.
He's making that Renault super wide. It is a difficult track to pass at. I mean, there's not a lot of really heavy braking zones to make a pass. So he's running a little bit wide there, and yeah, that'll let Denzel Water through. Denzel Ware. But yeah, that was a good fight there from Sugar. Hopefully he can get it together and put it back to him.
Yeah, no, definitely. What's the Renault like to drive? Have you done many laps in that?
Yeah, I'm actually using it this season. It's a really nice car to drive. It's something I haven't raced before, and I like to try and change things up when I can. So I've been racing in wheel to wheel on and off for 10 seasons now, and it's getting harder and harder to find cars that I haven't raced in. So it's but it's very nice. It's very nice to drive. It's very easy. Very balanced, so it's it's nice. It does lack a little bit of top speed, but it, you know, especially compared to like the Supra and the Skyline, but it's just nice and easy to drive, so it makes up for it.
Yeah, Armands has caught the back of Sugar there for P6, so trying to make his way by.
Yeah, I was just going to run through the fuel situation here. We're 4 laps down, so we're about half race distance. Doesn't look like anyone's going to be compromised on fuel by the looks of it. It looks like everyone's pretty good.
Yeah, I think the majority of cars, not all, but majority will sort of get 11 laps, or at least a 10.
Mm.
But there is a couple though, like that GT and a few different ones, what a bit more thirsty and only get single digits. But
Yeah, the Skyline is particularly thirsty, being a heavier car. The BMW is not great either, which is going to be very interesting in race 2, 13 laps. Who's going to run the risk of making a pit stop, running fuel? They're going to fuel save. Are they going to try and make it on one tank? Oh! Denzo's big slide out of the last chicane. He was really closing in on Souls and has made a little error there, nearly twisted it around.
yeah, Sol's having a good consistent run there in P4 so far.
Yeah, he's doing very well.
Up 3 spots.
Yeah, it's definitely got that Skyline humming, as hopefully we haven't cursed him there. He's gone very, very shallow through Rouge and Radion there, but seems to have gotten away with it.
Oh, Benyu's around in P2.
Oh no.
Trying to get back on track. Ooh.
Where is that? Is that in the S's at the bottom of the hill?
Yeah, it's coming into the hairpin
no, it's
now.
at the top. Yeah, it's at the top. He might have just hopped too much curb and gotten it a little bit unstable. He can do that through there. But it's a strange place to loop it. But there's no one else anywhere near him, so that's a...
No, he just, we were on board actually, he just got just slightly loose and fun.
Yeah. That's going to make it interesting now with Bretto and Bethania there, side by side. Not going to get past on the outside there, but might be trying to set him up for a move into the hairpin. The Porsche uses its better grip there,
Yeah.
just to get underneath the BMW. That Porsche's just like chewing gum through the mid corner. It's very, very fast. And Dean's gotten through on Soulslayer, but Soulslayer's making him work for it with a great move there through the little switchback there, and this
he's
big
going to send it.
Big lunge. His Soul's got the inside onto the first straight.
They leave each other room. Well done.
Yeah, that's some great racing there. Good job, guys. Dean's going to get past him into the turn 1 here. It's a big switchback here by Soulslayer, trying to get the run on the straight. Now we're going to be, it's going to be very interesting with those two at the end of the straight there. That Skyline has got some pretty long legs, so if he can get this section right, he might still be able to get onto the back of him, down into the braking zone, into the chicane. But it looks like Dean has just gapped him a little bit.
He's pulled sort of just enough to get out of slipstream there.
I think Armans is just trying to go for the wheel-to-wheel record of the most penalties in a single race. He's driving around with a 2.5 second penalty flag over his car at the moment, and he's already had quite a few. So not having the best evening out is King Peanut.
Yeah, mark it up on the board. That might be a record for the most in one lap tonight as well. We'll see.
ROS fares it out in front. He's nearly 20 seconds out in front. He's just toweling people up.
16.4 on mediums, like.
Yeah, it's just that's crazy. I think this will be the one and only week we see him in Division 3.
Great. It's great to see some new drivers though.
It is.
Joining
It's great,
Wheel.
especially from other countries. It's great to see some international flavour getting sprinkled through the mix. We've had some guys from overseas in the past with Fix and Chris and some really fast guys. Expat. He's an Australian guy, but he's lived in some really interesting places, China and Indonesia, and raced from those places as well. So there's been from people from around the world. Oh, big mistake there by Fairzy. We were giving him a rap. He's going to cop a 2.5 penalty probably, or 2-second penalty. Oof. He's got plenty of time, but so it's not going to really bother him that much. But doesn't want to be doing that too many laps in a row.
As he gets a bit loose.
Really hard, yeah. Just don't know how. Just button it back off, mate. Like 10%. He's really pushing that Porsche hard, squealing everywhere.
I think he's trying to challenge Nux and Apex for outright.
Yeah, he's just trying to. He's really trying to put a mark on this win and say, hey guys, I might be new, but look out, here I come.
Yeah.
And he's brought some fast boys with him too. ROS Dean Wero is up to 3rd place after being dead last into turn 1. Great recovery drive in that BMW.
Just to answer your question there, Hardstopper, no one's on softs, everyone's on mediums for this race.
But, yeah, Dean Suero has massive recovery drive there, back to 3rd. Great effort. The M6 is a really nice car to drive, especially around here. I raced it a couple of seasons ago, and it's very nice and stable, very nice car to drive. So great recovery drive there from him. The ROS boys dominating 1, 2, 3.
He's putting a gap on P4 there as well at Barretto. He's out to 2 seconds now. So.
Yeah, and in the same car too, so that's impressive. Soul Slayer in a really good position there in 5th place. Armin's in 6th place, despite challenging the individual lap penalty record. But Sugar in 7th, Mr. Chisholm in 8th, Aladad in 9th, and Chucky Chicken in 10th. And I think have we lost one?
Yes.
Mod?
Yeah, I'm trying to bring up the menu to see.
I think we've lost one, so I don't know whether that's just an internet dropout. Yeah, Modmax.
Yeah, it might have been a internet
might have
dropout
just been
there.
a disconnect, yeah. So that's unfortunate. Hopefully he'll be back for race 2. But
hopefully.
It's very, very nice to see some new guys, racing around in wheel to wheel. We love having new drivers come in, especially from overseas. It's really great to see, and just helps the league grow and the sport grow. So it's really, really fun to see.
Definitely. Just on board with Armin's in P6. He's fairly close here to Sol at the moment. Trying to apply a bit of pressure. I think that might be the closest battle on track at the moment.
Yeah, everyone else is pretty spread out, so we might stick with these guys for a while. See if we get some action. It's two very, very different cars here. That's what makes this season so interesting, is the fact that all the Group 3 cars are on the table.
Oh,
One
that.
thing
Sorry, mate. Go ahead.
No, you're right. I think Sol's going to defend down the inside as Armin's going to. Oh, they're both on the limit of breaking through there. That was very well done by both of the guys there.
Oh, that mid corner on the Porsche pace, as you say, is incredible.
Oh, yeah. It's so good through the mid corner. Through the middle sector, the Porsche is probably stronger than anything else in the field. So I think Sol's going to be able to hang with him pretty much everywhere else, but through that middle sector, up through down the hill and through the carousel and through the S's, it's going to be very hard to keep that Porsche at bay. So down into this section here, at the end of the straight through the high speed corner section.
Getting close.
He's pulling out. Big slipstream. Oh, that
very late on the brakes.
Skyline is so good under brakes. Defends nicely.
Does he prop him up at the corner? Oh, nice.
Just parks that Skyline just in the right spot. Come through the carousel.
Can't
find a way past there.
King Peanut Almonds will be enjoying that. Actually, he doesn't mind impersonating Gisbergen there.
Big chunk of curve taken there by Almonds, which has just given Sol a little bit of a gap as Sol goes deep into Puon and comes out. And then this is where the Porsche is really strong through this section here, through these next 3-4 corners. It's just like it's on rails. Skyline is Sol's doing really well. Just eats up that gap so quickly.
Oh.
Just right on his rear bumper now.
Yeah.
Oh no! Armin's has just gone wide. That could be a half-second penalty. It's really touch and go out there.
He just kept the wheels in the right spot. Wasn't far from it though.
Yeah.
Oh, here it goes. Final corner.
He's
going for the outside move.
Yeah, Sol sticks the inside. He's going for the switchback. Looks like he might have the car in the right spot to get it, but then he's got to Sol's going to have the inside into turn 1. Is he cleared him? Yes.
Yeah, no, he's cleared him.
Got the move done. Very nice there.
The Sol set. Yeah. Oh, he goes for the...
Yes, Armin's makes a dive for the apex and just blocks that inside run. Very smart defensive driving there. And looks like Armin's is already putting a gap on Sol's. That's some great driving by both those guys. They both would have enjoyed that immensely. But that Skyline has just got massive legs. It's going to eat this gap up on the straight.
Yeah, meanwhile the leader's out by just over 19.5 seconds. Ben, you're still in second there. Dean in third. About 2 seconds back. In second. Yeah, Armin's in P6. Armin's in P5. Sol in P6 there. Oh, he's gone wide.
Sugar's picked up a penalty in 7th there. 1 second penalty.
Yeah, I think he would have seen that battling ahead and thought, ooh, I'll try and push on and get to this.
Yeah. Hopefully disaster strikes on it can pick up 2 spots is what Sugar will be saying. But ROS boys dominating the final lap here. Just jump on the board with the leader here as he comes into the final chicane. Comes across the line in this beautiful Porsche with the pink wheels. Comes across to take a debut victory, wheel-to-wheel Division 3, Race 1, Season 18, race winner, ROS fares in. Well done.
Yeah, no, excellent effort. You got Theo coming around the final corners for P2.
The ROS boys are going to lock out the podium, flash at the lights across the line. Well done there. And Dean Suero in for 3rd in the BMW. And 4th place there by Bretto. Armands with the top 5. That's a great recovery drive for Armands. He's like massive amounts of penalties. He's had a spin. Just great drive back to
Inter-
5th.
Interesting to note there, Viper. So Kiwi Bretto, yeah, he was 30 seconds back from the lead, but he was the only one in the top 4 to still not be on red, field-wise, crossing the line. So that gives a bit of an indication for the next race, as far as how much they want to conserve.
He might have been a little bit conservative on his fuel usage there. He could have maybe ran a little bit harder. But he might have also been dress rehearsing for race 2. So, yeah, great race there. ROS Fairship, Media Theo, Dino Suero, Kiwi Bretto, LP Arman, Soul Slayer, Sugar in for 7th, Mr. Chisholm in for 8th, Aladad in for 9th, and Chucky Chicken coming across for 10th. And then we had our dropout there was Molmax. So unfortunate for him, but hopefully he'll be back for race 2.
Yeah, no, hopefully he will be.
Nice, well done. Pole position to victory lane, never headed, never contested. A great drive there from Fairzip.
Yeah, so that gives us a little bit of a form guide for this next race coming up. But again, a lot more variables in this one, depending on if it rains. If it doesn't rain, it'll sort of be, either you'll have some maybe fuel saving trying to get to the end with no stop, or some may just press on as hard as they can and do a pit stop. So, and if it rains, well,
Yeah, who knows? And practice has been so inconsistent through the week. The good thing, and like the dynamic weather that's in Gran Turismo, and one of the good things about the dynamic weather is that you never really get the same weather twice. If you close a room and reopen it, the weather will be different. So, this next race I've not run the weather simulation in this race at all. I don't even know what it's going to be. So, it's going to be very difficult for the drivers to predict what's going to happen. And we've had some really interesting weather simulations come through. We've had ones where it has barely rained at all. We've had ones where the weather's come through at the end of lap 1. You can't even get your qualifying done on, like, we've had ones where it's rained for half a lap and it's been fine. We've had ones where it's rained for 4 laps and the track's dried out really slowly. So it's just going to be so interesting. This dynamic weather brings so much drama.
Yeah, the practice I did today rained sort of just towards the end of lap 2. So yeah, could have sort of just finished the lap if you're on a hot lap, but yeah.
Yeah, we've had it come in lap 2, we've had it lap 4, had it lap 6. Had it come down where it's come down really heavy, and the track's just taken forever to dry. But it's going to be really, really interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just put a message up here to say that I'm resetting the room, and then we are going to crack on with this qualifying really quickly so that no one gets an idea of what the weather's going to be.
Yeah, straight into qualifying.
Yep. Rightio, so here we go, load settings. When you load up, I'll just do a quick check to make sure the settings are all correct.
Who's your pick for this race?
Oh, I don't know. I think that Fairzip's going to be really hard to beat. He seems to have that locked down.
Yeah.
As Maltmax looks like he's making it back for race 2, which is good. He's logging back in. Just got to wait for everyone to get ticked in. Just waiting for Malt Max. Looks like everybody's ready to go. Alright, 3, 2, 1, start.
I just missed a message. I was just going to message him to remind him on the traction control, but hopefully he saw my message before.
Yes, traction control off, people. We will put a message in. So now comes the gamble. What do you do? Softs, hards, inters, mediums, all tyres are available. You just don't know, but you just can't muck around. You've got to get out and go for it. Because if this weather comes in, it's going to come in. If it comes in early and comes in heavy, you're going to struggle to get your hot lap done. You're going to struggle to get that second lap done.
No, definitely. I'll just quickly scroll through each one just to see if anyone's on any different tyres. But I suspect everyone would have gone on Oh, Black Sugar with a 3-second penalty.
Oh no. That's really going to hurt.
Everyone on soft, so I sort of wondered if someone had taken the gamble and put inters on.
Yeah. It's dicey because you just don't know what the weather's doing, and there's no way for us to even know because we can't see the weather map. Only the drivers.
Oh, and even that often, as you start the lobby, you can't really see any weather.
Yeah, we can't see the weather map. Only the drivers can see the radar. So we're just going to have to see what happens. Look for windscreen wipers. Look for raindrops, and hopefully we'll get some drama. But we've got Bretto out in front taking the lead. We've got ROS Fairzip there. I wonder if he's going to try and get past Bretto and try and run this hot lap. Looks like he is. Looks like Bretto's letting him go. It's a smart move. The last thing you want is someone trying to pass you on your quali lap.
Yeah, definitely. He's coming across the start line now. Where is he?
Soul Slayer coming across there early as well. Then we've got, these are the guys who might struggle. The guys from fourth back, there seems to be a fairly big gap. So you got Manea, Dino, Suero, Chisholm. As the sky gets dark and menacing, Almonds, Owlet Dad, Malt Max, and Sugar. But Chooky Chicken. There's no quitting back to the pits in wheel to wheel. So once you've left the pit lane, you cannot go back unless you go back into pit lane and change your tyres like a normal pit stop. So no exiting out. If you exit out, you will be disqualified. So these guys can't just see a couple of raindrops on the windscreen and then hit the cancel button and go back to the pits. If they do that, they will be disqualified. So very, very interesting there if the rain starts to come down through this lap, and it looks like it's all clear so far. It's very misty.
So far, yeah. Yeah, it'll make it an intriguing race either way. If we get no rain through this qualifying, whether it rains or just no rain in the race, it will still last one as far as you stop or not. See.
Yeah, because then you got to go. Well, what do I do? Do I stop and take inters? Do I stay and hope that the rain doesn't last very long and just cruise around gently on the softer tyre? Like, I think a lot of it's going to be very dependent on when the rain comes and what your fuel strategy is going to be for this race. Massive glowing disc there as Fairzip gets it all crossed up coming out of the last chicane. And a 2:15.923.
Oh.
So that's a little bit slower than his first race quali. But yeah, still in the 15s. Very, very fast. Nice there. Vianya with a 16 as well, up into second. Bretto in third, Armin's into fourth.
19.5, yeah.
Dad comes across.
Yeah, Dad just got caught in a bit of traffic there with Andrea coming up. But thankfully didn't really slow too much of their lap times. And Sugar with his 3-second penalty ended up doing a 2:21 flat almost in the end, so if you wonder on what would have been.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
So as the guys just cruise around there, as the timer runs out for qualifying, we'll get this one kicked off pretty quickly. Give everyone a couple of minutes to sort of work out what tyres they want to be on, and then we'll kick it off straight away. But one thing we can be sure of, there is going to be weather. We just don't know when it's coming, how much of it there's going to be, and how long it's going to last. So it's going to make for very interesting viewing, guys. Stick around. This one should be exciting. As we get ready, we'll run through the field here. We've got ROS Fairzip, double pole, almost a full second clear of his teammate Ben Yea. I think we're just going to call him Theo. That might be easy.
Theo's easier, yeah.
Might be good. Just call him Theo. That way we're not butchering that name. We've got Bretto, Armands, Maltmax in 5th, coming back there in the Lexus. Hopefully he's got his TC sorted out.
Yeah, no, he had in that one.
Soul Slayer.
And Sugar in P7 there, Al from 8, Dad. Slug in P9 there, RC Slug. Dean in P10 there, and Mr. Shism. So, interestingly, Dean and Tully, Mr. Shism, they didn't get their laps in actually. They just missed it. By the looks, there's no time
sure
recorded.
What happened there, but they were all ticked in before we started qualifying, so not sure what happened there. But everyone looks like they're ready to rock and roll. We shall get this race underway. 13 laps at Spa, and the weather is looking frightening. So this one should be super interesting.
Yeah, let's see what it does as it starts. If it rains straight away or not. I've had the odd lobby where it's been dry and quali, then rain straight away. No, dry so far by the looks. Who do you want to go on board with?
One of the... Maybe the Lexus? Maybe Maltmax? Or one of the Renaults. Yep. They get a really good start.
Yep, we're on board with P5
so,
there.
There we go. 5 lights. Revs building. We're underway. The 2 Porsches have got a great start there. Looks like everyone's away very evenly. As Bretto sticks down the inside of Theo. There's a bit of rubbing there, but everyone's through clean. As ROS Fairzip just gapping the field instantly with a great start in that Porsche. And that's not the easiest thing to get off the line either. That thing is generally quite pedestrian off the start. So Maltmax is right out wide there. Takes some grass clippings.
And Armands with a 1 second penalty, unfortunately. They were too wide going through there.
Oh, it's getting a bit dicey. The second right through back to 6. It's getting a bit hectic back there. We've got some soft runners. So we've got Theo on soft.
Yeah, Armands on softs as well.
Yeah, Fairzip on softs. Theo's on softs. Almonds on softs, Soul Slayers on softs, Sugar's the first of the medium runners. Then we've got Dean Suero on softs, Maltmax on the soft, Our Dad on the medium, Chisholm on the softs, and Chucky Chicken on softs. So it looks like we've got some people who are planning to run hard and hope the rain doesn't come super early. So, and then we've got a couple of guys that look like they're going to hedge their bets and maybe try and run all the way to the end. But yeah, going to be super interesting.
Yeah, I think it'd be a bit tricky to run softs for 13 laps, but we'll see.
Yeah, considering that they all ran mediums in the first race, these guys looks like they're definitely planning on making a pit stop at some point. But now comes the game. Who's got the right strategy? This could really throw some interesting scenarios up. If the rain comes in and sticks around for a bit, then these guys who are running on softs, they may need to pit twice. So, because once the track dries out, those intermediates, they get chewed up, or the wet tyres get chewed up so quickly. All things we will have to wait and find out.
Yep. And that's already there in P1. He's already got a 2-second lead. He's just checking out bit by bit, slowly eking out that lead. Theo there in P2, got about 3 seconds back to third. Dean and Soul Slayer for 4th and 5th have had a good little battle there.
Yeah, missed a penalty. He's old Almonds is just like getting a paddling every single lap by the looks of it in that Porsche. He's not having a great night out, but he's still super competitive. I mean, imagine where he'd be if he wasn't getting, 2 or 3 seconds worth of penalties every lap. But yeah, hostilities resume between him and Souls. They're on track again. Another battle coming up, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, and Armin's first season racing the wheel as well. He's usually been on controller in previous seasons. So
yeah, he might regret that in the wet. Controller is definitely an advantage when the track gets slippery. So it's
yeah, you might have to do a switch with his young bloke. See what happens.
Yeah, you never know. But it's gonna drop Almonds into the clutches of Maltmax there. It's that 1 second penalty here works out to be about, once you get back up to speed going again, works out to be about 3 seconds. So it's yeah, super interesting to just
on
to
board
see.
with Max there. He's trying to
right out wide, trying to cut back and get a run. He's got a great run onto the straight. Gonna be able to get that Lexus alongside. Yeah, nice racing there from those two guys too, side by side, through the corners. No, not a paint mark each of them. So yeah, very, very nicely done there. Those guys are racing very, very clean. As Div 3 normally is usually pretty clean. So good to see these guys. The new guys especially have got a bit of racecraft. That's always the worry when we get new guys in, that they're daily races and not league races, and just like to bash panels and knock people out of the way, and that's not how we do things here. So it's good to see that those guys have got some racecraft and can race side by side.
Yeah, no, they're having a great run there. As we say that, Dean in P4, they've just picked up a 1 second penalty, unfortunately. That'll put him back into the area of Soul, I reckon. We'll see. What's the penalty line?
Yeah, the Souls put a little bit of a gap out there onto Armours with that penalty, and now Marmon's just concentrating on the rear vision mirror instead of in the front with bolt max all over his rear bumper. And then we're just going to make our way back through to the medium runners here. So you've got Black Sugar's the first in ninth place, is the first of the medium runners. Then you've got a soft runner in Juki Chicken, and Owlet Dad is also on the medium. So I wonder, Sugar's just got a half-second penalty, so it's not gonna cost him too bad, but not ideal.
What's the pit stop time here? Do you recall?
Without fuel, so just for tyres, I think it's about 35 to 40 seconds. So it's substantial.
Yeah, so Sugar doesn't he just needs to keep a consistent pace for now, and not stress too much on outright speed, but just do the best he can.
With a big wiggle out of turn 1, nearly loops it. Just can't see any windscreen wipers yet.
It'll be interesting if hopefully we should get a bit of rain the next lap or two, but if it does, by sheer luck they stay dry. These couple of medium runners could bolt up the field a bit if they can take it uphill and down that pit. We'll see.
Yeah, the guys on mediums just have to sort of, sit there and not do anything to, fall too far behind, and they could be sitting pretty towards the end of the race. So, but all things. So if, say for example, if RSC Fairzip stopped now, he would probably come out in about 10th. So it's because it's about a 35 second pit stop if he doesn't take fuel. If he takes fuel, we are at 3 seconds a litre inlay of fuel here for wheel to wheel. So anytime you need to take fuel, it's quite a big penalty. So if you can avoid it or take less fuel than your competition, it's a big advantage. You can definitely make up places in a pit stop.
Yeah, I suppose that's the juggling act, isn't it? You can try and just save that little bit each lap to sort of not have to take fuel, or conversely, if you're taking the strategy of running soft, you get done, we'll just run flat out and take the pain later.
I think if you're going to run the soft tyre, you're not going to save fuel. There's no point. Yeah. Like, the two things are counterintuitive to one another. If you're running the fast tyre, you want to run a fast car, so there's no point saving fuel. But I mean, Fairzip getting caught by his teammate in Theo. So the gap's down to 1.8.
Yeah, they've been having a great little battle there.
And their fuel and tyres are seriously identical. Like,
literally,
absolutely identical. So, Bretto looks like he's got a bit of a fuel advantage over Dean. So that could be interesting when they stop. That's quite a significant little fuel buffer he's got there. So if they need to stop and take fuel, that could be a very interesting little one to watch. They're both in the Beamer, and quite a substantial difference in fuel there.
Yeah, it's interesting. At this point where the tyres are, you probably couldn't make it last 13. It'd be a bit of a stretch, but we almost got enough fuel to do it. Quite a lot.
He's not going to make those tyres last for 13 laps. That thing will be undrivable.
Yeah.
But lap 5 and still no weather. So it's
Even the mediums actually towards the end of the 13 laps in some cars are pretty hard to drive.
yeah, if you're pushing it and you're wearing them out, Malt Max makes a move on Armin's there to take 6th place. Those guys have been. Armin's big lunge down into the chicane. Malt Max has got the switchback.
Oh, runs him off the road. Whoops.
Nice little bit of a paint swap there.
Yeah.
But looked like it was all pretty clean.
Yeah, just give him just enough racetrack perhaps, we'll see.
Yeah. But yeah, great battle there with Malt Max and Armins. Those guys are swapping positions.
You watch Armins now, this will fire him up.
Yeah, he won't like getting muscled around like that.
Yeah.
So, oh, that was close. Malt Max might have just run a little bit narrow there and picked up a penalty. We'll have to wait and see. No, looks like he's clear. Just looked a little bit narrow there, but looks like it might just be the camera angle. But looks like either Fairzips decided to get his finger out, or Theo's made a mistake there because the gap's back out to 3.5 seconds. So,
and Max has just made a slight mistake. He went a little bit wide. Just around the outside. Look back down the inside.
Oh, big twitch there from the Lexus. It's given Armins the run. And down into the carousel. That Porsche is just mighty through there. It's so planted. That Lexus is just really starting to suffer, I think, with a little bit of rear tyre wear. That's the thing with the new physics. Since the last update, the tyres really seem to start to go off earlier. Like they degrade probably in a more realistic manner, I would say, in the fact that in the past the soft tyre has been like it's brand new for the whole time, and then it just falls off a cliff and dies.
Definitely in the sort of the front three are in the pits.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Toretto follows in. No, he's gone round for another lap.
Yeah. Oh, the ROS boys have obviously got a team strategy happening here.
Oh, and Sol stayed out for another lap. Armin's in the pits as well. Max as well. We'll just come on board with Sugar here and see where he comes out in comparison to those who pitted. Professor is out already in P3 there. Benufio's just made it out in front of him. It's obviously the P5 so far, but Slayer and Barretto still have to pit at this stage.
But what tyre? Like,
all on softs.
Yeah, but yeah, okay. It's going to be interesting. Really surprised that there hasn't been any weather yet.
Yeah, so all those who just pitted have all gone on soft tyres, so they're doing double swaps.
Yeah.
So we'll see how much reward that gives as the race goes on.
I'm just surprised that we haven't. Doesn't seem like we've had a drop of rain.
No, not one at all. Yeah, not even a little shower, which is very strange.
That's crazy. So unless there's been a settings error, which I doubt, I'll, like triple check the settings.
No, I've had a couple of lobbies where it hasn't rained at all as well.
Yeah, wow. Gran Turismo doing Gran Turismo things.
I think the multiplier just set just that little bit higher sometimes can add that bit of variability.
Yeah. But, maybe the storm front just got blown off to the side and didn't come over the track. Something, who knows.
It was definitely close by in qualifying. It's pretty dark, so.
Yeah.
And Beretto's into the pits, entering the pits. We'll see if Sol enters this lap.
So it looks like Sugar's going to get swallowed up here by Dean in the BMW on the fresh softs. Taking some fuel as well by the looks of it. Brett's in, Sol's in. So it'll be interesting to watch where Brett comes out in comparison to Dean, because they had quite a different fuel level. So
Sugar's got the inside line, he's holding it. Well, Beretto's just exit.
Yeah, that's that fuel.
Oh, and the power of the BMW straight past the outside of Sugar there. Oh, does he let him go? Yeah, nice driving. Very respectful.
I think that's very smart from Sugar. He's not going to hold those guys. Off on soft tyres.
Oh, and I think with the next stop, they're back in 6th there, 7 seconds back. That's quite smart. I think it's salvage a P5 or P6, whatever it is. Great result for him.
So, we got Armins and Soul Slayer back at it again. Those two on track in the same spot again. Chucky Chicken and Mr. Chisholm out there, and Owlet Dad bringing up the rear there in the Sugar Dad's Renault RS01.
Yeah, I'm just on board with Mr. Chisholm there. He's gone the Mazda sedan. It's very nicely balanced car, but just often just lacks just a little bit of outright speed. But he was sort of after something different this season, so good on him for trying something different.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting choice. I've never been a fan of it. I've driven it a few times, different things, but never been a huge fan of it.
I think in a one bank it might be alright, but just against these BMWs and whatnot, it's I don't know. I just can't quite get the lap speed out of it.
I always thought it was a little bit understeery, but and that just doesn't suit my driving style. I much prefer an oversteery car than an understeery car. So I struggle to drive them when they've got a lot of understeer. It's not my cup of tea, but Mr. Chisholm has decided to go for the Mazda, and he's doing a great job there in 10th spot. There's Chucky Chickens in the pits in the Toyota.
And Max there in P6 is 4 seconds to the back of Sugar, so when he first came out of the pits he was around for that 7.5 seconds mark. Down to just under 4 seconds now, so he's closing in slowly.
Sol just picked up a 2.5 penalty.
Oh, bad luck.
Chucky Chicken taking some fuel. A little splash and dash in the Toyota. It's definitely not known for its fuel efficiency. The old Supra.
Yeah, no, it's got good straight line speed, but it definitely takes a little bit of fuel to achieve it.
Back up to the front to check out what's going on there, and Fairzip and Theo are kind of just gap seems to just stay around that sort of 2.5 to 3 second mark.
Beretto in P4 just made a mistake and looped it. He's got Sugar now right on the back of him.
No, Beretto.
Yeah, he was right on the back of Dean there as well, trying to make an overtake, but just got a bit loose. And Max is right on the back. Sugar now as well, just under a second. He's closing in at a great rate of knots.
Yeah, that Lexus is quick in a straight line. That is for sure. It's a little bit twitchy to drive. It's a bit snappy. Big turbo on it. But Sugar takes the inside, defends. I think he's going to struggle to keep that Lexus behind him for too long.
Yeah, I think so too. Renault just probably won't quite have the pace, unfortunately.
No, especially considering Sugar's probably fuel saving quite hard. If he hasn't stopped already, he picks up a second penalty there through Rouge, Radion. That's going to put him back into the clutches of Armand.
I think Sol may have had a little mistake or something as well. I know he had a penalty, but he's 8.5 seconds.
I did notice him going quite slowly on track. I wonder if he might have had an issue or had to pause for a second to do something, because I did notice before he was, I don't know if he was on auto drive, but it looked like he was just kind of putting around a little.
Yeah, he might have had some sort of issue, yeah. Barretto in P4's got half a second penalty as well, so Max is closing up on him there. He's sort of just over half a second behind him, so he'll probably get pretty close.
But the ROS boys are showing a clean pair of heels to the field again. Looks like they're locking out that podium with 3 laps to go, or 2 laps to go after this one.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, with the 4 of them, there's you got one in the Lexus, one in the BMW, and 2 in the Porsche. So we've got a little bit of variety there as well.
Yeah, it's the fastest lap here by Theo. Actually, is a 15.3. That is booking it.
Yep. And he's within 2 seconds, just over 2 seconds from P1 as well. So he's really hooking into it. It's been a good go. So
yeah, that was lap 9. He's done that. He's done that 3 15s in a row. He's done a 15.4, a 15.3, and a 15.8. So he's on the hunt with Fairzip a little bit slower, but down under 2 seconds now. He's hunting his teammate. So we'll have to see. See if he can close that gap. He's down to 1.5 seconds now, so looks like another 3/10 through the first sector.
Yeah, they've both got about the same amount of fuel, so I don't think they'd be saving.
Yeah, tyres and fuel almost identical. Same car, but Theo is just monstering. He's down under a second. So
Armand is on the back of Kiwi Bretta for P5 as well, looking to make an overtake there.
But these guys 20 seconds down the road to Dean and Maltmax, and the 4 boys from across the pond are towering up the Aussies. As I said in the first race, I don't think these boys are going to be stuck in Division 3 for very long. There might be some rectifying of lobby positions after this week, but we all have to start in the same spot. So when you come into wheel to wheel, you start in the lowest division and you work your way back up through. So that's how it's done, and these guys will make a quick exit out of this division, I would imagine, and into something a little bit faster, as the gap's down to just over half a second.
Yeah,
And dropping.
And Armin's just got by Barretto for P5 as well. So I'm back on board with Theo now.
And Theo's just gone quarter of a second purple through the first sector. And he is on the tail of Fezip now. So
Fezip made a slight mistake. I think he went slightly
deep.
wide.
But this is going to be interesting. This is the first time we've seen Fezip have some pressure applied. So, you know, the first race he was out 20 seconds, 25 seconds, and was just never headed. But Theo is putting some pressure on him now. So let's, this is going to make for some interesting viewing. See what the teammates are like when they get to race.
Yeah, we'll see if there's any team orders at play.
Oh, they both had a massive wiggle out of that corner there. So got a lap and a bit to go, and the fuel and tyres are looking fairly even. Down to 3/10 now, fully consistent. Theo's got a great run onto the back straight there. He's just eating up time. Is he going to dive down into the chicane? No. He's going to wait for a better opportunity. Oh, no. Oh, no. Fezip's just spun it. I don't think he got touched. I think he's just too deep into the chicane and has just looped it in front of Theo.
Yeah, he got a little bit loose, unfortunately, and Theo, didn't really have anywhere to go, I don't think. But.
No, that's what pressure does. Pressure builds mistakes. So the first time we've seen Fezip under some pressure, and he's just bottled it. So that'll, I'm sure the red mist will be descending, and it's been a great, like the last few laps from Theo have been super consistent, like 15-4, 15-3, 15-8, 15-7, and an 18-2 there, but he did have a Porsche smack into the front of his car, so we can forgive him for that slower lap time.
Yeah, that's right.
But super consistent laps in the 15s, that is just very, very quick.
I think that was probably the closest battle on track for now. I'm just going back through the field. Everyone else is fairly spread out. There's a little battle raging between Sol and Sugar. Sol slowly getting to the back of Sugar there.
Yeah, might be a bit of a... So we've got a soft runner and a medium runner. We've got Sol with a little bit more fuel. Oh no! Sugar! Oh, he's held on to it. And his big slide. It's a nice catch. Done well to catch that.
Yeah, it's interesting. Out of all the strategies, the soft salts come out on top.
Yeah, well, with no rain, there was always going to be the fastest way to get around here. But I was just so shocked that the weather front never came through. But, that is the risky run, I guess. So I mean, roll the dice. Sometimes you win, and sometimes you don't.
Yeah, I must admit I predicted it slightly wrong. I would have thought on a dry run that no stock may have had a slight advantage, but I suppose that sort of flat out pace really hard to beat. Meanwhile, Theo's crossed the line with just under 5 seconds, so great effort there.
It's another 1, 2, 3. Yeah, another 1, 2, 3 for the ROS boys. Maltmax in there for 4th. Great drive there in the Lexus after his initial dropout in the first race. It's unfortunate. Armin's top 5. Bretto in 6th after that small mistake. Sol's got past Sugar. Sugar in there for 6th. then we've got Mr. Chisholm, Owlet Dad, and Chooky Chicken making their way around the last part of the lap now, as the sun beats down on the bottom half of the track. It's been a really interesting race. A bit disappointing that the weather never come through and sort of mixed it up, but the ROS boys had that under control the whole way. So great racing by them, and yeah, can't wait for the next round.
Yeah, and good luck in Div 2 tonight as well. We got Chisholm crossing the line for the Outlet Dad and Slug. Outlet Dad's coming around the last corner now.
Yeah, Div 2, not what I was anticipating at the start of the season to be up there, but it is what it is.
And I
give it a good crack.
Who knows what the weather will do? Could be the reverse to this. We'll wait and see.
Who knows? It's so unpredictable. As Chooky Chicken comes across the line in the Supra. Yeah, nice work there from Chooky. It's his first debut race as well, so really good to see him in the races as well.
Yeah, so Theo there with the win. We're 15-3 in the end, so very decent lap time. Ahead of his two teammates in the locking out the podium there. Yeah, so sort of the top 7 all within between fastest lap, the 2:18s and below. So great efforts by everyone there. Sort of the 8th to 10th, back around the sort of the 20s, but still great effort by everyone.
Yeah, definitely.
And some great strategies.
Just going back through and checking the settings because I'm paranoid. But the settings were definitely correct. So yeah, Gran Turismo doing Gran Turismo things, and there are Armands with a great comment there. ROS boys off to Div 1.
Yeah.
Would not be surprised in the least to see those boys dicing it with the top split next week or next fortnight. So just a little heads up for next week. Next week we are in the Mazda touring car. It's and we're using sports tires. It's a one make, and that's going to be very, very interesting. First time in a long time that we have used a non-race tire on a wheel-to-wheel season. So separate championship, separate from the Group 3 championship. The championships will be added together at the end of the season to get an overall wheel-to-wheel champion, but there will be a Group 3 champion and there will be an MX5 champion. So yeah, big changes for this season, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. It's Blue Moon Infield A for next week. So and there's 3 separate races. So yeah, no, it'd be very entertaining, and it's good to mix it up a bit, do something different. Should provide some great racing.
Yeah, it's we will sign off there as the guys leave the room, and we will get I just got to save some recent gameplay here.
No worries. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week. And good luck to everyone in Div 2. And thanks, thanks Viper. Yep.
Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.